Alright, we're going to try to attempt to do updates on major areas and things like that to kind of condense stuff. We got so many projects going on, some things we're behind on, some things we're just not focused on as much as we probably should be, but basically we'll call this the sunroom. It's the bedroom, but it sounds cooler to call it the sunroom. It's a south-facing window. We have this little system set up where we can pull this over so the winter cold doesn't really get to them too much, and then a little lighting system that we set up. But let me get some of this stuff put together and I'll show you what we got going on up here. Everything going on in each of these major areas that we want to show are tentative. We move things all the time, every day. We micromanage a lot of stuff. A lot of the ideas and the things that we're doing, we don't want people to take as necessarily tutorials or advice. It's just personal experience stuff. We are trying to grow way more than we are capable of, and so far we're doing pretty good. But thanks guys, this is the sunroom update. Alright, really quick look at the pepper tray. I'm not sure if I'll have time for an update on these, but this is the Fire and Fancy ornamental and super hots that we did. We're getting ready to do another pepper tray, so this for now has been sitting up here in the prime spot up here on the window. They are getting a little bit leggy reaching up for that light, but it really has slowed down. I mean, a lot of this is jump. These are Thai Dragon Hot, and all the Thai peppers that we've grown grow leggy really fast no matter what we do. Other than that, the Odas might be a little bit leggy. The Prairie Fires, we finally got enough of those seeds to germinate to get sprouts in each plug. The only plug out of all of them that's missing one is a Red Devil Heart, and we only had 10 seeds total anyways, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those sprouted. But anyways, I thought some of this was cool. We finally got some different Scotch bonnet seeds that are going, yellow Scotch bonnet. Here's the white ghost pepper. I think they're kind of nifty. Brazilian starfish, yellow scorpion. Those are pretty cool looking little plants too. Prairie Fire, Thai Dragon Hot, Phileas Blue. I really like the coloration on these leaves, the pattern on them. The Explosive Ember too. These little tiny plants look really cool. Then we also have the Sangria. The Sangria are doing pretty good. They almost grow like the really leggy, really quick Thais. Those are the only ones that seem to really get out of hand on us really fast, is the Thai ones that seem to just climb along like the plants do. So then the Black Pearl, and then you probably can't get it on camera, but the White Ghost has some really like weird, it looks like the leaves are dying, but it's actually a color variation on the leaves. But anyways, there's the tray, only one plug. Thanks guys. Alright, next up is the herb box. And there's a couple ways to get better light. When we water it, we just put a little bit here, just like that, in the very center of the rocks, and it waters down. And as soon as they get going a little bit better, I'll maybe put some fertilizer of some sort in there. And you can see we got some of the chives going, tons and tons of the thyme. I am 99% sure I overplanted this, but a lot of these herbs can be eaten like microgreens or removed. It's really kind of cool. We can, it's almost like an ant farm when it's not misty in there like that. You can actually see the roots down in there and stuff, but it's doing good. Alright, next up we have the Chinese 5-color Long Thai and a couple Tabasco. The Chinese 5-color were last September, I believe, so they've been here for a while, but let me see if I can find the best example for you guys really quick. Alright, this one right here, let me see if I got this in the shot. So you can see this one right here, it was topped at this point where I cut the top off, and it has formed another whole branch here. When we plant these, it'll be all the way up these nodes. That's the best place for roots. You can get roots from the stem, but the hormones are generally in the nodes. So if you want the best chance, you break the leaves off and bury it up to where it's got the first division. You'll divide it again, topping it until it's got the more, and then you'll have plants that have multiple stems coming straight from the ground, forming one bushy plant. But these are the Chinese 5-color. Are here and here. We'll probably plant some of those for ourselves. They need a top down. We're just kind of like buying more time. These are long tie. They're doing really well. Those long pepper plants, I don't know about those. They really rough, but these are the Tabasco ones right here. So these ones and the long tie and everything will be topped to buy us one more month on these. That's what we do. We just kind of get it done and then play it by ear afterwards. And we're going to top these real quick.
My name is Jonathan Cobbett, and this song is called Space Pads. Begin transmission.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for...
My pants! Boys and girls, I think you'll find that my pants will blow your mind. Look at my pants with the eyes in your face. My legs are covered in outer space. Space pants! Space pants! I am wearing space pants! Do you see my pants? No way, you missed them! My pants are a tour of the solar system. When I say space, you say pants. Space pants! When I say space pants, you say our intergalactic slacks. Space pants!
Our intergalactic slacks!
Yes! Now you're getting it! Yes, yes, yes!
Alright, so I topped these pepper plants. They might take off a little bit taller again for a second, but they'll be a lot bushier. I will next, instead of topping them, because they'll be going into the ground in about a month and a half, I will be trimming the leaves down. I will be trying to micromanage. What we have is, we built these things too. It's basically tinfoil cardboard cut to be kind of the right sizes so we can move them around and stuff like that. But I really love to harness the sun coming in from this window right here. But anyways, that's the long tie Chinese 5-color and a couple Tabasco, and some of these will be going into family and friends yards, and a lot of these Chinese 5-color will be planted in a bushing groups, and this one I'm sure we're keeping some of the long tie for sure. But anyhow, there you go. Thanks. Alright, last up we have the box of stragglers. Another one of these in the back side here. Just black duct tape, tinfoil cardboard. Helps get some more light on these and stuff, so they stop trying to climb leggy on us. This is Kiddo's purple dragon carrots he planted a while ago. I'd spilt them at one point and we fixed it, and they're struggling a little bit, but they should be able to hold on in there for a little bit till we can give them an upgrade. This is from 25 plus different varieties of pepper seed that we have together, and it is, we have no idea what these three are. We're pretty sure this is going to be another Chinese 5-color because of the way it's growing and the way the leaves look. Once you've seen enough of a certain kind of pepper, you can kind of determine what it is. This is probably a big variety. It might be one of those big daddy peppers, and who knows what these three are. These are just from random packs and test germination to see if all the seeds we had been saving from the peppers were working, and this wasn't the only test that we did. Another thing I wanted to note on these is we are having problems seed sprouting because the drainage and stuff. We couldn't figure out what it was. We thought it might be the sand a little bit. Our method of using the sour cream and the, ignore the fungus gnat please. This one right here is, this has a oval that bumps up, this one has one that bumps down, so if you don't get the holes out to the side right here, it won't drain properly. It'll sit over the concave bottom of this perfectly until it is suctioned in there and not draining properly. These are just some random test sprouts right here. Chinese 5-color. These ones have went through heck. These were the very first test germinations on these, and these are 2 purple flash. So those will probably be trimmed down a little bit. These are from our mix of 25 plus non-red heirloom farmers market saved tomatoes that we saved in these giant mix things. So we have no idea what these 2 are, and that's a purple flash right there. There's a good chance we're going to take this and we're going to try to show a transplanting video so that the tomatoes we're about to give out to friends and family, they understand how to plant them up the roots a little bit. What we have here is 2 Odas that have seen better days. Again, the suction problem. If the holes ain't to the outside enough, they're basically over the top of the concave, which isn't allowing it to drain properly. But these 2 are these 4 banana peppers, and this one is a Fresno pepper along with a couple Odas. This one here is an Oda that we topped. I'm not sure if you can see this or not on the camera, but this leaf right here is attached to itself. It's like a double leaf growing together, and that'll make more sense in a second if I can add that to this video. But that's the Oda with a couple purple flash. And then these are one Prairie Fire with a few more Chinese 5-color. These ones are just mostly for like personal reasons. But again, we have just 3 randoms. We don't know what they are. We're going to give those ones away real soon. These will be getting an upgrade real soon, these purple dragon carrots. We're growing these more as a cluster to try to seed for them. These ones right here on the stragglers, this is an explosive ember, I can tell by the way it looks. This is a test germination mostly. This is an Oda that's seen better days as well. But we're about to rescue these ones pretty soon, as soon as these sprouts get a little stronger. We have some banana peppers and some Odas test germinating. Some test germinating on this. This one right here is an Oda. These ones are looking pretty strong. This will go into my dad's yard, I believe, down south. And these are Chinese 5-color and Prairie Fire. So these are just stragglers. They're just kind of experiments, test germinations. And usually what we do with these is once we see that they're going good and stuff like that, we can't let them go really easily. So if we don't have room for them in our yard, we're going to go ahead and put them in somebody else's yard. But I'm going to go ahead, since this Oda is doing well, get those leaves off of that. It's been topped recently. I'm going to go ahead and hit this one right here. I'll take the leaf off of this one. I'll take this leaf right here too, kind of get some light in there. This sits at the back of the row. So what I'm thinking I might be doing is making a video showing us transplant these, how to separate them and how to plant them up the stalk so that you can get a better root system. That way the unique varieties and heirlooms we're sending out with family and friends over the next couple of weeks, they will know how to get them into pots or into the soil how they want, and maybe bring some uniqueness to their yard. But anyways, these are the straggler bucket. It's up here on the back side of the row, and I think that's about all the sunroom. We got, let me see, we got the straggler bucket here now, we got the herb box, we got the slower peppers, and then we got the long tie and Chinese 5-color that are being yards pretty soon. So that's the sunroom. At nighttime, when it gets cold at that window, we pull that blanket down. We go ahead and we take, sometimes we run a fan over it, but usually we run this little light here. It's just a little clamp light with an LED. I noticed it does get a little warmer than it normally would, but we run this over them for a few more hours before we go to sleep, and that's the sunroom. Thanks, you guys.